a very special shout out and welcome to our guests who are on the call tonight. This call is specifically designed for you. We're going to be talking specifically to our guests tonight. Somebody has invited you to take a closer look at NeoLife, and I'm guessing you're doing so either out of pure curiosity, or you're looking at and searching for ways that you can make some improvements to your life, whether that's improving your health or your lifestyle, or maybe you're looking to improve or even secure your income in a rapidly changing economy and rapidly changing world. So firstly, I just really want to thank you for investing your time with us. On this call, we're going to go into more detail on our company. Who is NeoLife? We're going to go into more detail on our compensation plan, and how we could be the solution to the challenges you might be currently facing, or maybe the goals that you're striving to achieve. We could really be a solution in your life right now. And at the end of this call, we're going to hear from a very special person, someone who is no different from you and I, but her and her husband were able to absolutely transform their lives and overcome real adversity through her part-time NeoLife business. So I'm very excited to hear her story a little bit later. As a company, NeoLife has been in business for 62 years, and we currently operate in over 50 countries around the world, and we are on a mission. What is our mission? Our mission is to make this world a healthier and a happier place. We want to end this trend of chronic disease and poverty. That's what we want to do. These are two things that are affecting millions and millions of families around the world. And as a company, we are very aware that we can't achieve this mission on our own. And that is why for the past 62 years, we have been building and reaching out to a global NeoLife family, a community of people who find purpose and passion in empowering other families to great health. And in return, NeoLife empowers financially rewards our NeoLife distributors who have chosen to partner and work with us in achieving this mission. And so just a little bit about me, how I fit into this picture. My name is Drew McDermid. I am the Vice President of Sales for NeoLife Southern Africa. And NeoLife has been a part of my family for 47 years, nearly 48 years now. My parents were introduced all those years ago. They didn't join because they wanted our fantastic products. In fact, they didn't even know anything about our products. They joined because they were looking for a financial opportunity that would help them improve their lives. They were newly married. They were going through a financially tough time back in those days. And somebody said to them, would you like to make a part-time income? And they said, absolutely. They were introduced to NeoLife. Somebody showed them the compensation plan, which I will show you a little bit more later on this call. They didn't understand it. But I remember my father saying to me, Drew, we looked at it and said, if it can do half of what that man says it can do, we have to give it a try. And 47 years ago, they took what he calls a step of faith. And what is faith? Faith is believing in something that you have not yet seen. And any successful journey, man or woman, started with a human being having the courage to take that first step of faith. And that is the beginning of any true success story. And so that is where a lot of my passion for NeoLife comes from. I've lived it. Not only have we've had 3 generations of magnificent health because of these products, but I've seen where this financial opportunity took our family from where we were all those years ago, decades ago, to where we are today. I've seen this opportunity do the same thing for thousands upon thousands of people around Africa, around the world. And so that is where my belief and passion comes from. I haven't always been a NeoLife distributor myself. I was taught, probably like you were taught as a kid, study hard, get good grades, and go and find a good job. And my parents didn't teach me that, but the schooling system taught me that. My parents said, find something that you love to do. Find something that you can get passionate about. That is what you want to spend your life doing. But anyway, I spent the first 13 years of my working career living in London, working in the investment banking world. And it was fantastic because it taught me everything that I didn't want in life. And I really got to see the other side of the coin, where I grew up in this entrepreneurial NeoLife home where my parents financially, they were free, but more than that, they had a lifestyle. They were doing something that gave them purpose and meaning and passion. And on the other side of the coin, in the corporate world, I felt I was restricted. I didn't feel I was earning enough money, but the thing that really got me is I wasn't in control of my life. I'd have to get up on a Monday morning. I'd have to do that 5 days a week. I'd get excited when the weekend came around. And again, on Monday morning, I really wasn't a happy human being. And I just realized that, I had this feeling that I'd been put on this earth for so much more. And that is why I took a closer look at NeoLife. And again, I didn't understand it. But my father said, Drew, you got to have the faith to take that, have the courage to take the first step of faith. And that is where my NeoLife journey began with my wife a number of years ago. And through our NeoLife business, we were both able to exit the investment banking world. Okay, so does this business work? Absolutely. Second generation NeoLife. But what I've learned over the years is in evaluating any business, you need to take a close look at a number of elements of that business. And if these elements stack up and are in place, then you can move on gathering more information that will allow you to make an informed decision. And just what are some of these key elements? Number one, what is the product like? Number two, what is the company like? Number three, what is the compensation plan and support like? Is there money to be made? And what do you have to do to make that money? And what support and training will you be provided in this journey? And those are the key elements that I'm going to look at walking you through this evening. So the first element, taking a look at the products. Let's ask some key questions around the product line. Does NeoLife sell a product that is needed in the marketplace? Now, just something that I found quite interesting. The number one reason for new businesses, part-time businesses or home-based businesses going out of business is they're trying to sell a product or a service that is not needed. Okay, that's the number one reason. So is our product needed and relevant in the marketplace? Now, NeoLife is part of what we call the health and wellness industry. It's an industry that is growing rapidly around the world and has been for a number of years, and is forecasted to continue growing. Even this growth is going to speed up over the next decade and beyond. So what is driving this health and wellness trend? And is there a need for people to take a supplement? Now, NeoLife's core range is nutrition. We have a number of other ranges, but let's just zone in on the nutrition range right now. We are living in a world with more science, with more technology, with more pharmaceutical medication. So the question we really need to be asking is, why is there still so much sickness? And now, just to ask the people on the call tonight, do you know people close to you in your immediate family that have been affected by cancer, diabetes, heart disease in all its shapes and forms? You probably have. Now, I'm not claiming to cure these things, absolutely not. But what I'm saying is the rate at what people are developing these chronic diseases is showing us that we are living through a health crisis, okay? And we have to do something about it. And so our bodies are a miracle. And when we feed our bodies with the right nutrition, we are designed to live with health. We are designed to live with vitality, with energy. However, due to our modern day diets, due to our food processing and our modern day lifestyles, this is not happening. And the end result is a global trend of people who are chronically sick, chronically tired, and chronically miserable in many cases. And just an interesting study that came out in 2019 by one of the leading health agencies in Seattle. They said a bad diet is 3 times more dangerous than smoking. How do they quantify that? A bad diet is smoking is killing about 5 million people a year. A bad diet is killing up to 15 million people a year, 3 times more than smoking. Okay, so that tells us that the foods that we're putting into our kids' breakfast bowls, their lunch boxes, onto our dinner plates, potentially 3 times more dangerous than smoking. And so that is creating this massive need for people to eat more intentionally, but even more so for people to take a good vitamin supplement that will plug their dietary gaps. And people are realizing this. Right now in the USA, 77% of adults take a vitamin supplement every day. In South Africa, that number sits at about 48%. And over the next few years, we're going to see that move from 48% to 77% and beyond. So there is a massive growing and business opportunity in the supplement nutrition market. But the question that we need to ask is, if so many people are taking a supplement and a vitamin every day, why is there still so much sickness? And I believe in many cases, people are taking and spending their money on supplements that are not doing what they need them to do. Let's be honest. Not all nutrition has been created equal. And that is really where, there's a lot of hype, there are a lot of fads, there are a lot of synthetic products, there's a lot of misinformation in the market, and the end result is confusion. And people are most definitely purchasing nutrition, but they're purchasing on price or whatever has the best marketing, not necessarily what is going to do work and do good for them. In fact, in some cases, they are doing more harm than good. So NeoLife's goal, our goal is to be the change in this trend. We identify and we realize that the health and wellness trend and the supplementation trend is an important trend, but we want to be the change and the difference. We want to provide families with good whole food nutrition that is based in nature and backed by science. We aim to cut through the hype, the fads, the confusion. If you're a guest on the call tonight, we want to become your nutrition home. In fact, NeoLife was one of the first nutrition companies on the planet to produce nutrition that was backed by proven science. Many of our products have been documented in clinical medical journals. And still to this day, we're one of the very few companies that is in complete control of sourcing of our raw ingredients. We're in complete control of the recipes behind the products. We're in complete control of the manufacturing process and the end quality control process that the end consumer like you and I will consume. So there's a growing opportunity in the marketplace for good whole food supplements that work and that people can trust. And I truly believe that we have a product line that is very, very well positioned to help people succeed in a changing world. Okay, so that's a little peek into our product line. And our products, we love our products. We could talk about our products forever. That's not what tonight's call is about. On Wednesday night, we're going to have a dietitian and nutrition specialist talking more about our nutrition. But let's take a look at the second element. The company. Does NeoLife has what it takes to last in the marketplace? Do they have what it takes to deal with change, as we've seen over the last year? Do they have experience? Do they have money? Do they have cash flow? Do they have the management team for long-term vision and long-term success? And as I mentioned earlier, and I'll just say it one more time just to drive this point home, we have been in business for 63 years. We are currently operating in over 50 countries around the world. I believe a lot of that success comes down to a product line that is impeccable. But also we run our business and our NeoLife family through a set of values. And the number one value is absolute integrity in everything we say and do. We expect that from ourselves as a company, and we expect that from our NeoLife distributors. We are on a mission to make this world a healthier and a happier place. And we want to really end this trend of poor health and poverty. But as I mentioned, we don't do this on our own. And so for the last 63 years, we have just been building this team of NeoLife, a global NeoLife community, people who find purpose and passion in uplifting and empowering other families to great health. Okay, if you can find purpose in that, then you could fit right into our team. And in return, NeoLife will empower you and will financially reward you as a NeoLife distributor for partnering with us and making a positive difference in the lives of other people. And so we've spoken about the trend of chronic disease and sickness, and we've identified that opportunity. But there's another trend happening in the world that we are very well positioned as a company to solve. And that is a trend of people searching for ways to make more money. Okay. Now you might be thinking, nutrition, more money, bear with me. I'm going to tie it all up. Okay. There's a trend where people are looking at ways to improve their income. They're looking at ways to start a part-time business that they can build in their own time from home. More people now than ever before are looking for a way to generate an income in their part-time. In fact, if COVID has taught us anything, it taught us that if you don't have a way to make money from home, you're at risk. If you are not in control of your own income and you don't have another stream of income, you are most certainly at risk. Economies are in decline. Job security is currently at an all-time low, while the cost of living continues to march up. And I'm sure there are people on this call right now that are on this call because they've lost jobs, they've lost incomes. So the number of people that have been added to the unemployment list over the last 12 months is staggering. Entire industries have shut down, have been affected, from travel to hospitality, to mention just a few. Add to this a steady increase to the cost of your living. Your cost of living is going up. Whether you know it or not, it is going up. And in most cases, people's incomes are remaining static. People aren't earning more money, but their cost of living is still going up. And we're all starting to realize that the typical 9-to-5 job is not giving us the economic freedom or security that we once hoped for. The world has changed. And just an interesting little stat from FNB Bank. 56% of middle-income South Africans spend their entire salary in 5 days or less after getting paid. Okay, that tells us that there's a real need for people to find a way to improve their income. Okay, and now there's a little saying, and I really believe entrepreneurship is the answer here. And there's a little saying, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, or you can teach him how to fish and he'll eat for life. Okay, that is what entrepreneurship is all about. Our magnificent product range, we do not sell our product in retail stores. We sell our products through people like you and I, independent distributors. We empower people into business for themselves, but not by themselves. Okay, that is the NeoLife opportunity. And so there's a real need for people to start a part-time business, but the stats are telling us that out of 5 out of 7 new businesses that are started fail within the first 12 months. The stats are telling us that if you go and start a new little home part-time business right now, you'll need about 750,000 Rand to survive the first year. Okay, so entrepreneurship, yes, it is the solution, but it's not accessible for so many people. And so if you feel comfortable with the product, if you feel comfortable that the company is here for the long term and can be a company that you can partner with and put your trust and faith in, then you need to look at the next element and evaluate the compensation plan and the support. Can you make money through the NeoLife opportunity? Okay, can you make money? And I'm just going to share my screen with you for a second and walk you through the compensation plan. Okay, so what do you have to do as a NeoLife distributor? If you said to me, Drew, yes, I have a need for better health, or I have a need to add income to my home, to my monthly income, weekly income, then I would suggest you become a NeoLife distributor. Okay. Now, becoming a NeoLife distributor doesn't mean you're going to make money. You're going to have to do the work, and we're very strong in this. We're not selling magic beans. We're selling a real home-based business. What do you need to do? Number one, you need to use the product. We want you to become a product of the product. We want you to experience the benefits because we want you to feel the benefits and build your believability in the product. Okay. Number two, we want you to be able to go out and share the product and the opportunity with other people. Share the product and the opportunity, and I'll show you how that works in a moment. And number three, we want you to become the best version of yourself through personal development. When you become a NeoLife distributor, your job is to add value to the lives of other people. Now, for you to go out and add value, you need to become more valuable. Okay, and so we teach you the skills and the knowledge that will help you through your personal development journey. So let's say this is you. The first thing you need to do is partner with this company called NeoLife. You do not work for NeoLife. NeoLife is your business partner, and they have a job to do. They have a job to support you in your part-time business. As I mentioned, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So what does NeoLife do? Number one, they do all the research, development and manufacturing on the product. They import and export the products throughout the 50-odd countries that we're operating in. They take care of your business administration. And by that, I mean, they provide you with technology. So you can log on to your mobile phone or your cell phone, and you can manage your business globally. You can place an order on your laptop or on your cell phone that will get delivered to your customer in city at the other side of South Africa or the country that you're in. So you plug into this magnificent logistics system. They take care of your marketing. They take care of your training, your development. So they take care of all these aspects that are crucial to a successful business. And why do they do that? They take care of those things so you can roll up your sleeves and you can get busy doing activities that will make you money. Okay. So what are the activities? Number one, as I mentioned, you need to use the product. And I'm just going to use one product. We have a large product range, but I'm going to keep this really, really simple. This example could be used for any products that are in our range, but I'm going to use our core product, which is Pro Vitality. This is the world's leading, most complete multivitamin pack anywhere on the planet. Okay, this little box of nutrition will plug all your dietary gaps. And so we want you to use Pro Vitality as an example, because we want you to have energy. We want you to look good. We want you to think well. We want you to live longer. We want you to prevent disease, all these things. So start using Pro Vitality. The next thing we want you to do is we want you to share the products. Remember the second daily success habit, share the product and the opportunity. And we want you to go out and find 6 customers, 6 people that also use a box of Pro Vitality. Now, we all know 6 people that need a box of Pro Vitality. Now, this could be any one of our products, but we're just going to keep it with this one product to keep it simple. And so you are using a box of Pro Vitality and you have 6 other customers. By doing that, you will build a business size of 250 points, a business volume of 250 points. Okay, don't get too caught up on that, but basically 7 boxes of Pro Vitality will give you a business of 250 points. That will make you a manager and will give you a bonus and a profit of 1,000 Rand. Okay, not a lot of money, but how long is it going to take you to do this? What I suggest you do is you join the business tonight, and before the week is up, you have met or done a nutrition talk with your sponsor, or online, you've got people onto Liz's call on Wednesday night, and you find your 6 customers within the next week, by the end of the week. Okay, so hey, I'm just showing you an opportunity when you can make 1,000 Rand profit in your first week. I find that kind of exciting. Let's take it a step further. We want you to go out and share the opportunity. And by sharing the opportunity, you're going to find we call this your basic 3. 3 other people, your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, anybody who you meet along the way. They are more than your customers. They are not just purchasing the product to experience a health benefit. They have said to you, hey, I would like to make some more money. I have dreams, I have goals, I have financial challenges. I would like to start a part-time business. And they become a NeoLife distributor, just like you, and they become part of your organization because you referred them. And what do we teach your basic 3 to do? Nothing different. We teach them how to use the product, how to use a box of Pro Vitality. So they fall in love with it. They feel the benefits. So they can't help themselves, but they go out and they start sharing the product with other people, and they find their 6 customers. And so they have a business volume of 250 points, just like you. Okay, now remember, you're only doing 250 points, but look what happens. Your business is now doing 1,000 points. Okay, 250, 500, 750, 1,000. And there's a little saying, I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% off my own efforts. When you're earning 100% off your own efforts, you have a job which is risky. So now you're duplicating your efforts through other people. By doing that, you become what we call a senior manager. And as a senior manager, you'll earn an extra 1,800 Rand through your profits and your bonus. Okay, now I've just pulled up a little graph at the bottom here. You'll earn retail profit from the product that you sell to your customers. But because your business is now doing 1,000 points, you'll earn 10% sales volume bonus. Okay, so 10%, even though you're doing 250, you're earning a percentage off the rest of your organization. That is how we make up with the 1,800 points. Let's take it a step further. You teach your basic 3 to do exactly what you've done, to find their basic 3 and build a business doing 1,000 points. Now your business is now doing 4,000 points, which makes you a director. And as a director, you'll earn yourself minimum 8,000 Rand per month. That's quite a conservative figure, in fact. How do you make that 8,000 Rand? You make some retail profit from your customers, and then you get paid, because your business is now doing 4,000 points, you'll get paid 25%. You get paid a bigger percentage of everybody's efforts. Now, a director position is an important position. How long should it take you to become a director? If you're new to the business, aim to do it within 6 to 8 months. Okay, so through this business, an extra 8,000 Rand a month over the next 6 to 8 months. That is a good business. That is about nearly 100,000 Rand a year. As a director, you can make an extra 18,000 Rand a year in other bonuses and profits. As a director, you start plugging into our leadership schools. We increase your training to prepare you for the next step in this business. You get to attend our convention for free. There's many benefits of being a director. But let's just think big for a second. Let's just take this to the next level for one moment. You teach your basic 3 to become directors just like you. And that means you will be a world team member. As a world team member, you'll earn yourself an extra 15 to 50,000 Rand per month. Okay, so that's a good income in many cases. As a world team member, you will get to travel. In fact, the world team members that are on the call tonight, just raise your hand or drop a comment, because we are all going to be meeting in the 5-star resort of Fancourt in the beautiful city of George on Thursday this week. On Thursday, we're all going to be flying into George and spending 3 nights in absolutely luxury together, networking together, learning from each other, having fun, playing golf, getting massages, doing fun things. Okay, so as a world team member, you get to travel with the company. There's a lot of other income benefits which aren't factored into that 15 to 50,000 Rand a month. Let's take it a step further. Let's say you go and find your next basic 3. So now you have 6 directors in your organization. Your income will move up to 90 to 110,000 Rand a month minimum. Now, I know we have people on this call that are raising their hand right now. I can see them, that are earning a lot more than this. Okay, so this is a significant income. But what we give you here is we give you an income that has no ceiling. The more directors you create and empower, the more money you're going to make. And so I just think it's an incredible opportunity. Yes, you get to make people healthier, but by helping other people start a part-time business, helping them become a director, you're helping these people build their own economy, improve their income, achieve their goals and their dreams. And just back to the 3 daily success habits. This is what you have to do to build the business. Use the product, share the product and the opportunity, and build your NeoLife network, and personal development. And personal development encompasses many different things from your mindset. There are so many people never succeed in life because I don't believe that they are capable of succeeding in life. Hey, come and join us. We're going to show you that you were born, you were put on this earth to prosper. Because when you are blessed, you can go out and be a blessing to others. And so receive that. So many people don't succeed because they go about their lives with the wrong attitude. We will teach you how to develop an attitude that will help you win in life. We will teach you the skills that you'll need to develop to be able to effectively share this product and the opportunity to build that network. So personal development is one of the greatest aspects of our business. So I'm just going to stop my screen share because I want you to meet somebody who I've really grown to admire and love over the last number of years. She's got an incredible story with her husband, John, and I've asked her just to join us this evening. So Debs, if you could just turn your video on for me for a second. There we are. Okay, give me a second. I am going to make you bigger because you're so small up in the top of my screen. Debbie, this is Debbie Cunningham, everybody. Good evening, Debs. How are you?
Hi, Drew. Thank you for having me this evening.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your schedule and agreeing to join me. We so appreciate it. Now, Debs, we're going to get stuck straight into it because I know load shedding is heading in not too long. But Debs, you and John have had a magnificent journey with this company. Tell us what made you decide? What made you decide to become a NeoLife distributor? What was going on in your life at the time? And what's happened to you along the way?
Lots. Yeah, true. I'm always quite willing to share our story. We came from Zimbabwe and we landed in South Africa with 750 Rand and 3 children at the time. And John was in a position where he was in the prison service, but he couldn't get a job here. And we were actually told just to get out the country, which we did. So all we had was our Peugeot, which was stuck together with coat hangers. And people from Zimbabwe will know what I'm talking about because they kept their cars stuck together with coat hangers. And 3 children and everything that we could carry out of that country we had with us. And so John looked for a position. He found a position in construction and what have you. And from there, we went on to our own little business. We had a 4th child, and that's when troubles happened. We started to contract to other companies, and they went under, and they didn't pay us. Now, we owed money, but we weren't getting money from them. So we had to do something. And that's when someone showed us NeoLife. They said, come along to a meeting. This might be something that you can do. So we went along to a meeting. John was very negative. He said, look, this sounds like a scam and what have you. I'm not interested. This is not for us. I said, well, and I'm a bookkeeper. I said, there's no risk. I mean, at that stage, the startup kit was far, far more than what it is now. And we got products. So I said to him, look, there's no risk. We've got the products. If anything happens, and we've still got the products. So he said, well, you do it. So I said, okay, I'll do it. Anyway, I went to my first big meeting and I came back and I said, John, there's a lot of money in this business. Please, I need your help. We can do this together. So that's when we started to do it together. And we couldn't find the money to start the business, Drew. So what I did, I went into the garage, and you know how men love to hoard things in garages. You could hardly move in our garage. I mean, there was a tailgate there for a bucky. We didn't even have a bucky, but John thought it might be useful later on. There were all sorts of things in that garage. So what I did is I took everything I could out of the garage. He was at work. I took everything out, put it on the pavement, stuck a label on it telling me how much it was. Just doesn't matter how much it was, as long as whatever was on the pavement was going to pay for my kit. And that's how we got started, because we certainly didn't have the money. And when we got started, I'd just like to tell the distributors here and the guests, it's not up to anyone else to make you successful. It's up to you. And what happened with us, we paid our sponsor the money, whereas now you can go direct to NeoLife. But we paid our sponsor the money. They got our kit. And it was about 2 weeks of begging this person for my kit. I mean, that money was our bread and butter. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I said, listen, don't worry about opening the kit for me. Just put it in your car, meet you wherever you are. She says, I'm doing gym or whatever. So I said, okay. We went there. She took the kit out of her boot, put it in my boot, and we went home. Well, when I got home, the children and John, we sat on the carpet. We opened up the kit ourselves. We did all the product from our manual. We read what was Super 10 was meant to do, what LDC was meant to do. So we did all that from reading the manual, and then we practiced around the house. And we had such fun. The children had fun, we had fun, and it was really great. And there was nutrition in there, the Formula 4. And, John and I, we didn't believe in supplements. I mean, we had a balanced diet. As long as you have three vegetables on your plate with your meat in the evening, that's your balanced diet. That's how we were brought up. Anyway, after just a week of taking this product, we felt so much better. We couldn't believe the change. And went to work, put this bottle on my desk, and before I knew it, people wondered why I had so much energy. And that's how we started. They wanted more energy, then they wanted the product at my price, a discount price. So that's what we did. And our whole aim in starting the business, everybody says you must have a dream. Our dream was just to get out of debt. We did not want to owe those people the money that they had given us in good faith just because someone let us down. And I think we owed quite a bit of money on that. We stayed in rented homes and we moved so many times because they kept selling the homes underneath us. But with that extra money, we just paid off the debt. Eventually our debt was paid off and we could put a nice big deposit on a home, and we started to have better cars. And our holidays, Drew, our holidays, when we went on holiday, because once you've got to have a holiday, we'd go to Winkelspruit, put up a tarpaulin and sleep underneath, or have an old battered caravan or whatever it was. And that was our holiday, and that was like for 3 or 4 days. So I never ever want to go back to camping. And now with NeoLife, well, we've been all overseas. It's been absolutely incredible. And you mentioned the compensation plan, Drew. The other day, out of the blue, I've never checked my what I get from NeoLife. I know they're 100% correct. Brandon actually phoned me and said, Debbie, do you know that we short paid you last month by 130 something rand? It must have been something from overseas, one of our people from overseas. And we're going to put it in your account. I said, wow, Brandon, thank you. We would never have missed that. But the integrity of the company was just so fantastic. And that's one of the other reasons as well. When we had our own business, we were not business people. I mean, I was just a cash book clerk at that stage, and John was a rep, a salesman. So the money came in and we spent it so fast. We didn't know how to look after our money. We didn't know how to grow. We didn't know how to speak properly, dress properly, none of that. And that all came from personal growth. And I really believe that personal growth was part of our success today. Because now when we go on holiday, as you know, we go with NeoLife. We've been to quite a few places now, overseas to NeoLife. One of the big trips was to Mexico, Cancun, all paid for. Now, I mean, just for one ticket to Cancun and back, just the plane ticket costs over 15,000 rand. And it was all paid for John and I to go to Mexico and come home, have a wonderful time there. We took 2 weeks there, and it was absolutely fantastic. We've had a life-changing experience. And then with the product side, I'd just like to share a little bit of a product testimony, if I may. At one stage, I had a terrible tummy bug, so the doctor said, and I was busy loading trucks because I was in export. Because of all my personal growth, it helped us in our work situation, and I got promotions and what have you. And it was all thanks to the training we get at NeoLife. I was busy loading trucks and I really was not well. And I went to the doctor and he said, no, I had a tummy bug. Anyway, because of the truck loading business, I stayed at work, but that was on the Tuesday. On the Friday, my friend said to me, my colleague at work, she said, Debbie, you need to get a second opinion. This is not a tummy bug. You are sick. So I said, okay. So I went to another doctor, and that was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. After work, after I'd loaded a truck for Kenya, I went to her at about 5 o'clock. She took samples and things, and she said, you're going to Hillcrest Hospital. You're going right now. I'll phone them. They'll be waiting for you. John put me in the car from that surgery, from the doctor's rooms, straight up to Hillcrest, booked me in, and by 6 o'clock, I was in theatre having an operation. My appendix had burst probably on Tuesday. And when he operated, he came to me afterwards and he said, you know, you are a very sick lady. You were a very sick lady. You actually had a cyst, almost the size of a tennis ball. And that was all the muck that from the burst appendix. Because my immune system was so high from all the nutrition that we take, my body had preserved it, and I could have had septicemia. As you know, it's bad to have a appendix. So yeah, as far as the money is concerned and as far as the business is concerned, it's the best decision we have ever made. Thanks, Drew. Do you need some more?
Fantastic, Debs. Awesome. Debs, that is just wonderful. Let me just get my sound sorted out. Debs, that is an incredible story. And just to the guests that are on the call, what I really want you to take away from that story, if this can happen for Debbie and John, if you're on this call tonight because you're going through your own struggles and adversity and challenges, if that can happen to Debbie and John, it can happen for you too. And Debs, I just want to thank you for just sharing your story just from your heart and for being a really, really important and special part of this NeoLife family and empowering so many other people. And Debbie and John succeeded in this business because they helped other people become healthier. They helped other people start their own part-time business and home-based business. So Debs, thank you so much. Lots of love to you and John.
And Drew, if we can do it, you can do it. Really, you can do it. Thanks, Drew.
Fantastic.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. And just to summarize, we've spoken about the product. We have an exceptional product line. We've spoken about the company. We have a sound company that is in it for the long haul and will be a great business partner for you. We have a company that will support you. We can't do it for you, but we will support you every step of the way. And we have an extremely lucrative compensation plan. So let me ask you a question. Are you looking for change? If you're a guest on this call tonight, are you looking for change? Are you looking for a way to take your life from where it is right now to a place that you would rather it be? And if you're looking for that change, the next question I want to ask you is, what are you going to do to cause that change? Now, what you have done to put you in the position that you currently are in, whether it's good or bad, will not take you to a different place. If you want to change your direction, you're going to have to change something that you're doing. And I believe that we have just shown you an opportunity that has zero risk that can take you on that journey. Yes, you're going to have to do some work. Yes, you're going to have to get committed. But I believe we have shown you a way that you can get started in taking that journey. Very often people say to me, Drew, it sounds fantastic, but you know what? I really just don't have the time. Now, time has kept people broke for centuries. We all have 24 hours in a day. If you want to change your life through NeoLife, find an hour in each day. You probably sleep for 7 hours a day, for 8 hours a day. You probably work for 8 hours a day. That gives you 8 hours spare. Find a free hour and apply it to a NeoLife business. People say to me, Drew, I'd love to do this business, but I just can't sell. I worked in investment banking. I sat behind a computer. I was not interested in selling. This is not a selling opportunity. We want you to use the product. We want you to believe in the product. And we want you to find purpose in going out and talking to other people who have a need for better health, talking to other people who have a need to make more money. Okay, that's what we want you to do. Very often people say to me, Drew, I'd love to get started, but I don't have the money. Now you can get started in this business for well under 1,000 Rand. That includes product, includes your website, your mobile phone apps, and all your training material, under 1,000 Rand. And I understand money can be very tight right now. But what I always say to those people is, how long have you been working for? If you still don't have 1,000 Rand, you probably need this opportunity more than you think right now. And Debbie said it so beautifully. They got stuck into their garage and they went and sold things from around their home to invest in their new business journey. Okay, now imagine if they didn't do that. So go and sell something if you don't have the money. And very often people say to me, the last thing is they'll think about it. And this is the killer. They think about it, they forget about it. May 2022, they're going, man, I wish I could change. I wish there was an opportunity for me. In life, you have to make a decision. You need to have the courage to take that step of faith. Nobody can do it for you. Where will you be? What will your life be like this time next year? I believe it can be vastly different and improved if you have the courage to say yes. And so I hope we have given you all the information to make an informed decision. What is that decision? That decision is no, I'm not interested. That's okay. Or yes, I'd like to get started. I'd like to use the product. I'd like to start the business opportunity. Get back to the person who got you onto this call. Make sure you get your questions answered. And we'd love to welcome you into this NeoLife community, into this NeoLife family, and take this journey with you. So everybody on the call, our distributors, our guests, God bless you all. Thank you for your time this evening. I look forward to connecting with you on Wednesday evening. Good night.